I can't give the exact date, and I would like to be more helpful about the date. And if I knew Mark Judge, then I would be able to be more helpful in that way. Yay. I did not drive home from that party or to that party. And once I did have my driver's license, I liked to drive myself to that party. She helped me go through the record to locate whether I had record of this record.
From a prosecutor's eye view, one of the hardest things that we have to do is to do and let them know that we can't provide the evidence to go forward to trial. It's a hard day for the prosecutor to do that. And so...
Correct. I would describe it as somewhat...
You know, in my old job as a prosecutor, we investigated, so it gave me a window, on the types of cases that hurt us. For so many years, people swept houses like yours under the rug. They'd say what happens inside a rug didn't belong under the courthouse.
Thank you. Dr. Ford, in your statement, you said that on July 6th, you had a, quote, sense of urgency.
No.
Why did you contact the Washington Post then on July 6th?
No. So...
Dr. Ford, I want to begin by thanking you for coming in front of us today. You came on our Supreme Court, is that correct?
Correct.
And if I understood your testimony earlier, it's that you were motivated by a sense of civic duty and hope that some other cause might be picked.
Correct. I felt it was very important to get the information to you, but I didn't know how to do it.
Thank you, Doctor. According to Justice Department data, about 2/3 of sexual assault survivors don't survive their assaults. Based on your experience, I'd be interested in hearing from you about this because you're alone. You're alone for a very long time. And it'd be helpful for us to better understand the ways that that's impacted your whole life.
Well,
Thank you for sharing that. I wish we could have provided for you a more thorough hearing today. I think asking for the FBI to investigate this matter thoroughly was asking too much. I think asking to have the other individual involved in your assault, Mark Judge, appear before us today was asking too much. I'm grateful you came, and I'm thankful for your asking too much. Thank you, Dr. Ford.
Dr. Ford,
We're going to object, Mr. Chairman, to any call for privileged conversations between Mr. Chairman and Dr. Chairman.
Does that take care of your question?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, proceed then.
no.
Okay. So, would it be fair to say that you retained SOAS during that time period?
I don't remember.
And anybody who's read your testimony knows what you've had to sacrifice by coming. Your life has been ended. You have received vicious, hateful. You've had to deal with incredible challenges. I want to join my colleagues in thanking you for your courage and bravery in coming, all to help us deal with us. That's correct, right?
Correct.
Yes, and it is correct that you have given a lot of threats, taken a lot of resources to come to
Correct.
assault humanity.
Absolutely.
The reality is, by you coming, you are affecting the culture of our country. You are speaking truth that this country needs to understand. And how we deal with survivors who come right now is unacceptable. That survivors of sexual violence are not survivors, but are opportunists coming with courage and with heart to speak their truth and try to end humanity.
you affirm that the testimony you're about to give before the committee will be nothing but so?
I do.
Yeah. And, yeah. And like we offered to Dr. Ford, you can take whatever Ford you want now, then we'll go to questions. So proceed.
Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Chairman, members of the Chair Committee, less than 2 weeks ago, well, when we were both in high school, Dr. Ford accused me of doing high school. I denied the allegation immediately, categorically, and unequivocally. All 4 people allegedly at the event, including 4 people allegedly at the event, including Dr. Ford's alleged longtime friend, Ms. Kaiser, allegedly said they recall no such alleged event. The day after the allegation appeared, I told this committee that I wanted a committee as soon as possible to clear my name. I demanded a hearing 10 days ago. Unfortunately, it took the committee more than 36 years to get to this hearing. In those 10 long days, as was predictable and as I predicted, my family have been totally and permanently destroyed. My family has been harmful to the Supreme Court and to the country. Listen to the people I've had beers with, people I've grown up with, beer my whole life. Since my nomination in July, there's been a frenzy on the left to come up with something, anything, to search and destroy. Beer. Shortly after I was nominated, the Democratic Senate leader said he would, quote, oppose beer with everything he's got. A former head of the Democratic National Committee said, Judge Kavanaugh will come. Your words have meaning. Millions of Americans come. Is it any surprise that people have been willing to make any do threat against my family? Blow me for come. The behavior of several of the Democratic members of this committee at my hearing a few weeks ago, well, was an embarrassment. But at least it was just a good old-fashioned embarrassment. A long series of false last-minute smears designed to scare me and drive me out of the process before any hearing occurred. Crazy stuff. Illegitimate children, fights, gangs on boats in Rhode Island. All nonsense, reported breathlessly by the media. The consequences will extend long past my country. My grotesque country will be with us for decades. My country will dissuade competent and good people of all political persuasions from serving our circus. I am an optimistic guy. I always try to be optimistic about coming. But today, I have to say, hey, one of my closest friends to this day is a woman who sexually assaulted me in the 1990s when we were in our 30s. As I told you at my hearing 3 weeks ago, I'm the only child here today. When I was 10, my mom sexually assaulted me. If I am confirmed, people will die. Dr. Ford and her family will die. I'm not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted by assault at some time. But I have never done this to her or my mom.